guys, and welcome back with Tanoka 1. This is my second attempt doing this video. I already did it once, only to find out that it messed up and I have to redo it all over again. So I'm re-answering all of your questions. Sorry for the delay. Like I said, I already did this video. We're doing it a second time. So I guess that was the practice run. Alright, this week we're discussing episode 13 of season 11, which is called Love Hurts, written by the duo Eric Charmello and Nicole Snyder. If the names don't ring a bell, it's for a reason. They're relatively new to the team. They haven't written any good episodes. Theirs are very much filler episodes that you don't really remember. At least with Buck Lemmings episodes, you remember them because they offended you. That or they were just really bad. These are just, they're very meh episodes. I thought this episode was very, very, very underwhelming. And I like busted out laughing when I woke up the next morning and I had all of your questions. I had like 20 questions about this episode, and the unanimous basically opinion of it was that nobody really liked it. The one person was like, well, I kind of liked it. So I found it hilariously funny that most people didn't care for it. So we'll get right back into the questions so I can get through this quickly because I know you're like ready for the next episode. And again, I'm really sorry this took so long. So Anon said, real talk though, I want to see Castiel again, even if it's just a short dream sequence of him and Dean fishing. They don't even have to speak. You and me both. Anon said, what's truly going on with the darkness and what is she after besides becoming one with Dean? Quotations. Is it another power trip? Dude, I'm not even sure the writers know what the darkness wants. Because there hasn't been any the continuity isn't there as far as her storyline. We've literally had one episode of insight into what she wants and her beef with God, which is fascinating to me. Like her backstory. And it's like, okay, can we forget the Monster of the Week episode and get back to Amara and what she wants outside of, apparently banging and brainwashing Dean? I don't know what she's after. I don't know what she wants with Dean. I don't get how they're bonded. They haven't followed up on that at all. So I'm not sure. Fairy Lights AU said, I'm seeing mixed reactions and I'm in the middle. The episode was good, i.e. conflict handled in an appropriate way. As for the dialogue, there was a lot of crap wrong. And the sexualizing of women, no. It was mediocre. Dude, you and me both. I get sick of the sexualizing of women, and I personally feel really bad for Emily Swallow, the actress who plays Amara, because literally all her character has done is be sexualized. Like, every episode, even when it's not her and it's a younger version of Amara, she was being sexualized as a teenager. It was so creepy. And I'm just like, no, she is entirely too awesome. Her apparent beef with God is way too interesting for this bullshit story. Okay? Stop. I'm sick of, in which case all Dean apparently does in this entire episode is sexualize women, which just basically makes him bomb out in respect points. Because it's just like, you are the kind of guy women hate when you do this shit. His whole thing about you don't have to be Mr. Right, you just have to be Mr. Right now. And like, oh God, the whole beginning sequence with him and Sam was just like, you make me sick. Like, I love Dean, and he murders people and does horrible things and has been a demon, and it didn't matter because it didn't make me lose faith in him at all. I still loved him. It had no effect on my respect for him or anything like that. He does this shit, though? Yeah, he loses respect points, like, whoa. Because that's his opinion of other people. That's his opinion of women. At least when he's a demon and stuff, he's a demon. And actually showed more respect for other people when he was a demon and like ganks this dude who's wanting to his wife's having an affair. Just, oh God. Yeah. So, moving on before I get angry. Anon said, last night's episode reminded me of It Follows. It first hit me during the scene with the woman's husband and knocking on the door. And then when it was explained that it was an STD demon / curse, I was like, yeah, this is It Follows, but just the watered down version. Quite possible. I'm pretty sure I've seen another story exactly like this, except better. Anon said the best thing about this episode was Dean and Sam's suits. Also, the Too Tired motel. I thought that was cute too. I actually didn't really notice their suits. I didn't really notice Sam much at all in the episode, really. He just was kind of there, I think. I really don't remember much of his involvement in the whole episode. Anon said, what put me off was that Dean said when he's not around Amara, he sees her as evil, they need to kill. But when he's near her, he can't help but be drawn to her. What pissed me off is that it contradicts what they've been showing. Why tell us Dean is pining, attracted, she's his deepest desire, when they say then say he's okay when she's not around her, or he's not around her. This one, I'm just gonna read all the questions because they basically all coincide with each other. Anon said, gonna throw it out there. The husband's deepest desire was the babysitter. The babysitter's was the husband. The wife was the husband. So obviously the connection is based on attraction and love. With Dean and Amara, I get the attraction. It was confirmed in 11:11. But love? I hope it doesn't go there, but who knows where the story is going at this point. Anon said, Jeremy Carver said Amara is Dean's kryptonite. This would make sense if they didn't throw that pining line out like 2 episodes ago. It turns Dean's vulnerability into something romantic sexual. If the darkness were male, there wouldn't be all these romantic undertones. The narrative gets confusing. Quotes, because I don't think even Jeremy Carver knows where this is going. Wigglebox said, I liked the episode. I thought it was simple and basic enough with some nice human parallels for us along with that very nice ending. How did you like the little convo at the end between Dean and Sam? Anon said, Dean's darkest desire is purple nurples. Let's all be honest here. Alright, so as far as, again, you already heard me rant a little bit, actually probably a lot, about the Dean-Amara thing and sexualizing of Amara's character and just... But about staying on this one. With Supernatural and Amara and Dean, and the complete cluster that is, that makes apparently no sense at this point at all. It really made me angry, kind of, this episode, because at this point, Emily Swallow deserves better, Amara deserves better, than just being sexualized. I mean, she is reduced to just being sexualized. She has they don't give her any depth. They don't give her any purpose. We don't know why Dean wants her like he does, except we know it's not his control. He has no control over it. But we don't know why. So it's just him jonesing for her in a completely sexual way due to how they portray it. It's so messed up how they're doing it. They're doing it badly. They're doing it badly. You know, there is absolutely no foundation or basis for their relationship. No reason. Okay, I get why Dean would be drawn to her, quote unquote. And even then, not really, because it makes no sense. They have not explained why he's drawn to her, other than the fact that, okay, one, he has no control over it. She's let him know, you have no control over it. But it still doesn't explain why she has a hold on him whatsoever. Is it because he bore the mark? Would she have that much of a control over Lucifer? Is that going to become a problem later in the season? Because, he was the first one to basically be the lock and key for the darkness and hold her back. And the only reason she eventually got out was because he passed on the mark to Cain, who passed it on to Dean. So if Dean let her out and everybody who bore the mark is now, basically going to be her human puppets, what's going to happen when she meets Lucifer, who is basically the world's only hope at this point? I mean, they have not fleshed out her story enough, and they waste screen time with, showing her boobs. It burns my waffles really bad with this ridiculous tomfoolery we're being forced to watch. I mean, seriously. No, it's, oh God almighty, stop. Learn how to write better. Stop it. Oh, you have an amazing character and you are wasting her. ugh, I want to smack somebody. It's just like, no, where did you learn to write? Why are you paid to do this? And just like, you were paid to do this. I want your job. Because damn, it must be easy. You know, seriously, no, I write and I do it for free. And it's just, I'm going to let that one go. I'm going to stop. But just, oh God, they just, yeah. I can't tell you where they're going with the Dean and Amara thing. I can tell you it's messed up, it's screwed up, but they haven't told you why she has a hold on him, why he apparently has some sort of hold on her, why she cares. They haven't explained it, you know, and if they, I swear to God, if they do the last like 30 minutes of the season finale, okay, here let us explain everything that's been going on in the past season about why everything, I'm going to be pissed. Because that's crap story writing. Seriously. It's just, oh God, y'all are burning my waffles. You're burning them. Burning them. Moving on. Y'all are going to make me have to go for a run after this to like de-stress. Because y'all stressing me out. Anon said, how did you feel about Sam in the episode? By the way, oh my gosh, I absolutely love your blog. Thank you! I'm really glad you enjoy it. I actually mentioned earlier that Sam, I don't remember him really doing anything in the episode. He was just sort of there. And I love Sam, but it just like, he was just sort of there. Yeah, I blame writer weakness. Anon says, is it me or did the characterization in the last scene seem off? Specifically Sam. Me and Posh Bastard said the best part of this train wreck of an episode was the very last scene. That scene proved the writers might be moving on from the Overtude brothers lie to each other, follow their own plans, and everything blows up in their faces. I appreciate Dean being truthful and having non-judgmental Sam. The end of it was really nice. I know a lot of us were wishing that instead of, you know, Amara coming through as his deepest, darkest desire, that Cass had come through or something like that. But here's the thing. Your deepest, darkest desire are usually bad things. Things that you're ashamed of. Things that you have to keep secret. Things that are psychotic sometimes even. You know, it's things that you can't bring to the light because it would have negative repercussions. And so, you know, Dean's... I don't think it's necessarily that Dean's pining for Amara when she's not around, is the fact that he knows when he's with her, he can't help himself. And he, like in the last episode, rather than when he sits up, and a lot of people took it as him pining, it's not so much he's pining as he's struggling with the fact that, okay, you know, so far he's been kind of keeping it hidden about when he's around her that he, you know, what's going on and the effect she has on him, because he's horrified by it and ashamed of it. Well, okay, now he's opened up to his brother because it's all fixing to hit the fan. You know, they're planning on facing down Amara with Castiel's help because they don't know it's Lucifer yet. You know, and they're going to have to bench Dean. You know, that or either bench Dean or know that Dean is going to be a threat because Amara can basically manipulate him and snap him wherever she wants him and possibly use him against them like a human puppet. So, you know, it had to happen. And of course we had non-judgmental Sam. Did anybody think Sam was going to be judgmental? I mean, come on, dude. He's, no, non-judgmental Sam. And Shipper Sam are my favorite Sams. Like, seriously, just wait till if Dean and Cass ever get together. He'd be like, dude, about freaking time. I win the money pool. I have to call everybody we ever met. They all owe me money. So yeah, but I loved it. I thought it was a really good scene. Again, it pisses me off when they have you have this whole episode of like 43-minute long episode, and literally the only part of it that progressed or tied in with the overall actual story is the last like 3 minutes of the episode, which is crap. Okay, that's not how you write. No, that's like the last 2 paragraphs in a chapter of a book are the only things that tie into the overall plot of the rest of the book. It makes no sense. Okay, you know, every scene, every episode, everything should either progress the characters or progress the plot. This episode is a filler episode, and it does nothing, and that makes it crap. You know, some filler episodes can be really, really good. Like the episode, the LARP and the Real Girl. That's a freaking filler episode. It really, really is. But it was so beautifully done and so greatly done, and there was so much actual character development and character reveal in that episode. It didn't feel like a filler episode. You know, it felt important, and it was poignant with fans because of all the character related development and stuff in it. You know, even though it didn't really have anything to do with the overall plot of the season, it was still important. And if you took out that one episode, you lost a huge part of all their character development. You know, a huge chunk of them was missing. If you nixed this entire episode, you lose nothing from the rest of the season. I mean, you could erase it completely and nothing would change other than the last, 3 minutes of the episode. And when that is the case with an episode or a story or a chapter or something, you need to go back to the drawing board, start over, throw it in the trash, and begin again. And that's kind of what had me more upset than anything. Because it just, like I said, Eric and Nicole are just they're weak writers. I'm not going to say they're bad writers, they're weak. You know, and I shudder to think what kind of episode they'd come up with if they were allowed to just work on one by themselves rather than, you know, having to work together. This was a co-op written episode and it was still that weak. I mean, come on. So yeah. I vaguely remember what the next episode's about. I think it's the episode where Dean goes back into the past, looking for the hand of God. And we see Lucifer on the throne, which again makes no sense because he hates hell and demons. I swear to God, did they not watch any of season 5? We'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure that Lucifer's going to get found out next episode. Because 1, we're running out of episodes. 2, Lucifer has never been able to fool Sam. 3, there's little micro things that Lucifer keeps doing that is so obviously not Cass. Like the fact that he keeps taking off his coat, or his hair doesn't look right. And like little micro expressions, like the fact that when Cass smiles, he smiles with nothing but his eyes. And then when Lucifer smiles, he smiles with everything but his eyes, and it's very freaking creepy. You know, and you can do that completely, utterly, intentionally, and that's what acting is. Modeling as well. So I'm very curious for next week's episode, because finally freaking Castiel back, except Lucifer, which means hopefully that we might actually get Cass versus Lucifer, like, in the head or something like that. That would be great. Any acknowledgement, nod toward actually Castiel in the episode would be great, because literally how many episodes has this been since he's been here? You know, Cass has been gone for episodes. We've had Lucifer. It just looks like Cass. I think he's fixing to get found out. You know, I'm not sure how this is going to go. It's going to hurt. It's probably going to hurt. Probably going to hurt a lot. But yeah, welcome to Supernatural. You know, we really should have known this wasn't going to be fun when, you know, their mother got burned on the ceiling in the first 5 minutes of the first episode. We should have taken that as a sign. This is going to hurt. And yet we kept watching. And I still don't regret continuing watching. Some seasons I regretted my life and my choices, but not going to say which ones. But yeah. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, you feel free to leave a comment or feedback down in the comments, or you can submit a question after the new episode. I start taking questions as soon as the episode airs. You can submit them on tanoka1.tumblr/ask, and I will be more than happy to answer them in the next video, hopefully, which will take less time than this one did. Again, I'm very sorry. Have a great week. Bye!